Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia and today I'll be sharing my paleo chocolate chip banana bread recipe with you. This is a highly requested recipe. It's also super simple because I'm not a baker at all. Like, I'm not good at baking. I don't really understand the whole wet ingredients in one bowl, dry ingredients in another. So I just kind of throw it all together and it works and I love it. And anyone who's ever had this banana bread really likes it. So hope you guys do too. Hope you guys try out this recipe at home and let's get into it. So I've gotten out all the preparatory, what are these called? Materials? Okay, for starters, you're gonna wanna preheat your oven to 350. So I've just set out everything that we need to make the banana bread. So we have our bowl, 1 cup measuring cup, a 1/4 cup measuring cup, tablespoon and teaspoon measurements. I like to mix it with this spatula. I like to mash the bananas with a fork. And your loaf pan, I just use a normal 5x9 loaf pan. Okay, so next we need to get all the actual ingredients that we need in order to make this banana bread. 3 ripe bananas, almond flour, coconut flour, chocolate chips. I buy this brand. They're made with only 3 ingredients. Might not necessarily be paleo, but I don't care. We will be needing a little sprinkle of coconut sugar. Coconut oil. I just buy baking coconut oil, so it's already like in the melted form because I honestly hate the feel of coconut oil. 3 eggs, baking soda, cinnamon, and maple syrup or honey or agave nectar, really any sweetener of choice. Okay, so like you saw, I just peeled and put all the bananas into the bowl. And the next step is to mash them all up. Like I said, I like to use a fork. This is honestly the hardest part of the entire recipe, and it kind of feels like an arm workout every time I do it, but you know, gains. Oh my god, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, you just mash them up till they get kind of smooth consistency and there's no banana. No banana lumps. I'm tired. Next, I like to crack and add all 3 eggs. Then you just scramble those up with the banana. It's looking pretty smooth, so that's good. I add the coconut oil. A 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Pro tip, you're gonna do the sweetener next, but do the coconut oil first because then the sweetener just slides out like butter. Just wait, you'll see. So a 1/4 cup of this. If you don't have like the baking kind, just melt out and measure a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. So you're gonna dump that in. Then grab your sweetener of choice. So I'm just using this organic maple syrup. And you're just doing a 1/4 cup of your sweetener. Okay, now watch how easily this comes out of here. Ready for it? Like butter. Like butter. Now we're gonna mix all that up. So I guess I kind of do the whole wet and dry separate-ish because I do the wet ingredients first and then the dry, but there's no point in dirtying 2 bowls. Okay, the next step is to measure out our almond flour, and I just use the Bob's Red Mill almond flour. We need 2 1/4 cups of this. 1 cup. 2 cup. I think I measure like the exact way you're told not to measure. A 1/4 cup. Next, we're gonna do coconut flour, and this is just a 1/4 cup. So, 1/4 cup of coconut flour. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And then I literally add cinnamon to basically anything that I make. So there's really no measurement for this one. It's just kind of as you like. So I kind of add a lot because I love cinnamon. Next we have coconut sugar, and this I really just do like a tiny little sprinkle. So okay. So after coconut sugar, we mix that all up because that is it, except for the chocolate chips, which are the most important part. This is when I actually like to use my spatula and be a real chef. So if you do see any clumps with the dry flours and everything, try to get them out because those will kind of get weird when you bake if they stay. So you see how there's like kind of like whiter little clumps? That's clumps from the flours, since I don't do 2 separate bowls and actually like sift my flour out. So you just gotta stir them extra and kind of like chop them, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not a baker. It's just what I do. And it works for me. If you prefer to separate your dry and wet ingredients, by all means, go ahead. I'm just lazy and don't feel like cleaning 2 bowls at the end of this. Just trying to be real. I think we're good. Next, I'm gonna open up the chocolate chips. And so, like I said, these are the chocolate chips I get. They're the Nestle Toll House Simply Delicious. They're made with only 3 ingredients. And those ingredients are organic chocolate, organic cane sugar, and organic cocoa butter. And I get them in dark. They do have them in semi-sweet, but I get them in the dark, and that's 67% cacao. And for chocolate chip measurements, I typically do around like 3/4 cup inside the banana bread. And as far as the loaf pan goes, you can either line it with parchment paper or you can just spray it. I just use olive oil cooking spray because, once again, I'm too lazy to actually cut out the parchment paper and put it in this loaf pan. So we're just gonna spray it because that's easier. Okay, next you just transfer the batter into the loaf pan. This is a really heavy bowl, so sorry if I look awkward. I really hope I didn't forget any ingredients. I'm just gonna go with it. And then, but you just kind of like bang on the table until it flattens out. There are a lot of chocolate chips in here, so I'll probably only add like a couple more on top, just, you know, for garnish, like this. Just 3 more for good luck, you know? Okay, and that's it. And then we pop this in the oven, which is preheated, and we let it bake. And I'll be right back to tell you about the bake times. So the banana bread is in the oven right now. I set the timer for 35 minutes because typically around 35 to 40 minutes is when the top is done and golden brown, but the inside still needs to cook. So when that timer goes off, I'll cover it with tinfoil and then put it back in and bake it for another 10 minutes, depending on how the inside is when I check it. So right now I'm gonna clean up all the dishes and maybe actually start editing this video. And I'll check back in with you when the timer goes off and I cover it with tinfoil. Okay, so I've just been editing this and there goes the timer. So we're gonna check on it. So it's getting there, but it's not really the golden that I was hoping for yet. So I'm gonna put it in there for 5 more minutes. I'm gonna do 3 more minutes because I like it really golden. Okay, now it's at the golden I was looking for. So in total, that was 35, 40, 43 minutes. And I'll show it to you. Nice and golden, but the inside probably isn't done yet. So I'm going to cover it with tinfoil. Pro tip, learned this from my dad. The shiny side has to be facing down. So you put the shiny side facing the banana bread and more dull side facing you. Should probably like protect yourself, but so I was supposed to put a toothpick in and check to see if it was done all the way through, but I literally just made this 2 days ago and I know that it wasn't then. So I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes I'll check and see if it's done. Okay, so the 5-minute timer just went off. Don't try this at home. This is really hot. I should really not be doing this with my hands, but okay. So I use a toothpick because who wants to dirty more dishes? Clean. Perfection. Perfecto. My grandfather would be proud. Okay, so now we just turn the oven off. Let me show you. Look at that. Perfection. Exactly how I like it. Okay guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys try this recipe at home because it's delicious. Like I said, we just made it 2 days ago and we're already making another loaf because it's that good. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if you guys try this recipe out. Bye. Oh my gosh. Yum.